I had relations with a pig. That's called porking.
Ugh, that's tasteless.
No, ma'am, that's tasteless adjacent.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tasteless Adjacent, episode 11. I'm Jay Chowder. We got Bone.
Hey.
We got Slopdog.
Hello.
And we are here, all here, delicious. This is Tasteless Adjacent. And we were just talking off mic before we set it up. I was watching this lady. God bless her. I mean, I'm fat too, right? But I was just like, oh man, this lady, she needs to keep walking. She's a bit hefty. And and then Slopdog is always saying how they in her house they call little Debbies Big Debbers because if you eat a lot of them, right, you become Big Deborah, right?
Yes.
Like, this bitch. Listen, God bless her, right? I shouldn't poke fun, but I'm gonna. And this bitch looks like she eats a case of Big Deborahs, and she opens up the box and pours them in her mouth and doesn't even take off the fucking wrappers. And
Bellissimo.
I'm a fat fuck too. I can say it, right? And anyway, God bless her. I hope she gets healthy. And I'm gonna fucking die of a heart attack. She's gonna fucking be fine. Okay, she's getting healthy. Fat fuck who's poking fun of the car is gonna die before her. So good to her. And anyway, not if I start walking too, bitch. Yeah, that may happen. Anyway, I was fucking getting water today and emptying trash, and there was a line of people emptying their RV shitters. So there's a line you gotta get in, and it smells like fucking shit, like because they're dumping shit. This one lady, old lady, I don't know, 70, whatever. She's sitting there, windows down, just eating a cracker with the shit air all around her. And I'm like, this is a dirty old bitch. I'm like, this bitch goes ass to mouth for sure. She sucks a dick. He lets you fuck her right in the asshole, and she says, "Let me suck that dick." And then, oh my god!
I bet she's like, why pay for peanut butter? I just get that nice smell to absorb in the cracker.
I was like, oh, this windows down. It reeks like inside of my ass, and it's just like she's just fucking dipping crackers in the air. Oh, good God.
Yeah, you know what I never understood is like why people there's like 4 houses that are down near like the sewage plant.
Yes. Oh yeah.
How do you buy a house to the sewage plant? Like,
hey, barbecues, no sex.
Just burn out your nose holes. Like, I don't understand how you can like I'm gonna get on the deck and flip some burgers in the sewage plant.
Yeah, it's just nasty. And it always smells there. And then when they try to like clean it up, it smells like Windex and shit. It's like, what are they doing? I always say they're polishing the turds, you know? Because it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, when I was looking for a house, if it was anywhere near the sewage plant, like a couple of miles from the sewage plant, I was not, because that wind changes and it just it comes right over.
Dude, what like whoever lives in there is like getting angry. I don't understand. Why no? It'll come to the barbecue. It smells like an asshole out here. Like I don't understand. Remember at Mom's house, if the wind would change, there was like a field down the road, and I remember coming out of the house, and you're like, it smells like people are hanging assholes from trees out here. Like it's rancid.
Well, they got in trouble for that because they were actually it was slaughtered chicken and chicken blood they were putting in the field for the nutrients or the nitrogen or whatever the fuck they did for it. But that's what they were using with the manure to fertilize the fields, and that's why it smelled so fucking. We live in New England, so we've been near farms our whole lives, but I've never smelled fucking putrid air like that before. It legitimately it smelled like the inside of someone's rotten asshole. It was awful.
Oh, it was a chicken asshole.
Not the same thing, but let me take my phones on fucking fucking speaker over here. Hold on, it's gonna be echoey for sure. Hold on. Oh my God, Ralphie.
So me and my wife was gone for the whole weekend, and
jerk off session.
well, I was watching it was just me and my son, so probably not.
I was just gonna say,
Gotta respect the father-son time.
So
my God.
we hung out. I did a lot of organizing and stuff because I did like a deep clean of the rugs and stuff, and I organized some shelves.
Did you get that? Come on it. I got you. Yeah. Go ahead.
So we think we talked on a previous podcast about how my son doesn't wipe his butt very well.
Yeah.
He's 5, you know what I mean? He's learning, and sometimes he just doesn't wipe it at all. And especially at school, I'm like, "Do you poop at school?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Do you wipe your butt?" No. Just nope. I'm like, okay. So like his underwear tends to smell like poop a lot. Even if you don't see poop, it just it smells like
stinky.
Poop. Yeah. So I had a blue hoodie, and I only wear it like if I run outside or I go to the store or something. So I threw it on top of the hamper, and it slides behind the hamper. And he must have thrown a bunch of his clothes back there because I've been trying to get him to throw more of his clothes in the hamper. And there was some underwear and some pants and stuff back there.
Oh no!
So I didn't even think about it. I just put the hoodie on. We're going. He and him are going for a grocery shopping time to Walmart, and I just keep getting this whiff of shit. Every once in a while, like on the breeze, I'm like, look at him, like, you fart? He's just like, no. And he just laughs, so I'm thinking maybe he's just farting it up. And I'm just keep getting this whiff, but it's only when I turn right. I'm like, oh. So then, like, I'm just like, is it me? And I smell, like, I'm smelling my arms. No, I smell my right shoulder. It just smells like shit. So I'm just, like, so self-conscious walking through Walmart because every time I turn my head right, all I can smell is shit.
You were wearing a shitty sweater.
You don't think it would have made that one better? Is if you said when you put your hood on, shit fell down your neck.
But it wasn't like shit. You couldn't see it, but it was just the odor. And it drove me nuts because I just turned my head right and all I could smell was shit. And I'm just like, where is that coming from?
That's
you talk to anybody in the store?
Oh no, I was just trying to like avoid people because it was horrific.
You should have just made up, or you should just gross people out just because you could.
And I don't know if
they're never gonna.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just saying they're never gonna go. Do you smell like shit? They're gonna just walk away from you and then talk about you as they leave. Isn't that the funniest? I'd laugh. I'd laugh so hard. Like, they smell shit.
What's worse is I wore my sweatpants. I never wear my sweatpants out, and I wore.
Like a piece of shit.
And I looked at the kid in front of me.
Like a piece of shit.
There was this kid in front of me that had sweatpants on. His were light gray, and he never buy light gray or white sweatpants because his ass was all yellow. And I'm just like, and I'm just like, I feel so bad about myself right now.
Well,
I remember.
Well, at least if you're standing next to that guy, they think it's him that smells like shit, not you.
Very true.
Dude, I remember when we were younger, the Adam Sandler albums were huge, and there was that respect. Gotta respect this, gotta respect that. And I remember there was a kid in our school who would always wear sweatpants, and he was like leaving one day from class, and someone was like, gotta respect the sweatpants. I remember one day that same kid was like trying to bring in a TV into the room, and his ass was like kitty cornering this kid I went to school with, and we would always laugh together in the classes. And he was like, his ass was like rubbing up on the corner of this desk. And I remember, like, after he started bringing in the thing, I was like, smell the corner of your desk. I was like, that kid's ass.
I remember that kid. Like, my friend was, it might be actually the same friend, possibly. We were in school, and we saw that sweatpant kid, and let's just say his name was Bobby, okay? So he doesn't come back and put us on his list of people to kill. I remember we're walking, and he just sees him, and he goes, Bobby, I love you, and he ran towards him. You know, it's kind of dickish now you think about it, and the kid just punched him in the face. He just punched punched him in the face, and my friend dropped to the ground, and the sweatpant kid just keeps walking down right past, just a punch and just a walk. And he's just like, my friend just sitting on the ground holding his face, and I just remember it's like, Bobby, don't run away from your feelings.
Looking back in hindsight, I go, good for Sweatpants Kid. Good for that kid, right?
Good for him. Punched him in the face. Good for him. I think he deserved it. He's being a dick.
Disrespecting the sweatpants.
Don't disrespect the sweatpants.
Gotta respect the sweatpants, and
maybe that should be a sound. Maybe that should be a sound clip.
Gotta respect the sweatpants. Oh,
yeah.
Gotta respect the sweatpants, and I will randomly say that around the house, and no one gets it. They're like, "What?" And then I remember just being young was like awesome. I remember I was gonna say earlier when you mentioned like dead chickens. It made me think of when I had my car when I was younger, and I would play in the band all the time. Like in the back, I would always have for the Moist Chicken shows. I'd have like a tarp, and usually I wouldn't empty it out to the next show. So there's always like feathers back there, or there's always like pieces of bologna or mustard back there. And I remember I gave my wife's like little brother and his girlfriend a ride home, and we were driving down the road, and we opened the windows, and then just a pile of feathers come rolling over their shoulders because of the wind. It got caught in the wind, and it was just like, because you see his feathers and Vaseline and stuff on stage, and so like it was just like it was crazy. That was in the blue car that had I got those mailbox letters that like glowed like when you put light on them, and it said "whore," so it was like black and white letters. So I remember the whore. Yes, the whoremobile. I had blue letters that said the letterbox letters said "whore," and like and then I had other stickers like to all you virgins, thanks for nothing and stuff like that. No one knows I'm a lesbian. So I don't know, some just stupid stickers on the back of your car. And I remember I got multiple I had got a few cards you'd get like at church to save you, like with a hymn or whatever they're called on them, like 316 or whatever. And Austin 316. And but
always back to wrestling.
There was something when we were walking around the tents this weekend. There was like someone that said like something 316, and I was like, "Oh man, I wish I had an Austin 316 shirt I was wearing because it was like all religious." And God bless. And but anyway, so this car had all this stuff. So multiple cards were left like under my windshield wiper, and then one time someone left a note on my car and said, "If you're a man, you're being very degrading to women, and if you're a woman, you're putting down yourself and all your fellow sisters." And I remember just like laughing and just throwing the letter over my shoulder. Go fuck yourself, you fucking hairy-armed cunt. Go fuck yourself. And God bless you. And but I'm just trying to dude, this is how I feel. I don't ever want to hurt anybody's feelings. Like I feel bad I picked on that fat lady, she's walking. And I feel bad like what I said. Like I never go up to someone's face and be mean. I will never try to, or I'm just trying to make a joke. And if I do hurt someone's feelings, like in general, if I'm talking to someone and I cross the line with them, I'll be like, "Oh shit, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you." But I'm never trying to maliciously hurt you. I'm just trying to get through life and laugh. That's all I want to do, right? And so I don't know. That's how I feel. And so I guess that's my way of trying to say I'm an asshole, and I'm gonna say some horrible stuff.
That's kind of like your life, man.
Oops. And
bless you. Not that it's gonna help you or anything, but
yeah, dude, how great was the fucking Royal Rumble?
The Royal Rumble. I haven't watched a wrestling event in forever, and like I said, I thought when I first heard of it and they were naming people that were going to be in it and stuff. I'm like,
spoiler alert! If you haven't watched the Rumble, don't listen right now. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, if you haven't watched the Rumble,
all three of you.
I only recognize two people's names. I don't even know who these people. I haven't watched since Jesus.
Side note, Slopdog, do you consider wrestling a sport? Is this getting you upset?
No, wrestling's fine.
It's a soap opera.
Yes.
It's an athletic soap opera.
Dude, it's fucking the best in the world. I watch it all the time. and I'll look at Nay randomly. And, oh, I love wrestling so much. She's like, I got it. And,
well, I think it's so funny that I'm watching and I'm just like, okay, this girl's gonna win. Okay, this guy's gonna win. And you're like, I never see that. Like that just doesn't pop into my mind. Like I don't like they're laying it out. Hey, this guy's gonna win. It's just
sometimes
like,
I got an idea of who may win or whatever.
Sometimes
like,
you
may. My wife's the same way. She's like, you can tell by their entrances. Like this person's got a lot put into them. They're spending money on this person. They're gonna want this person to win because they're putting money behind this person.
Yeah,
or
they do the situation, the record they could beat, or the way the announcers are talking about it. It's all foreshadowing. It's it's there. It's all laid out and who is going to win if you just actually listen. So don't listen, kid, because you don't have ruin your surprise.
I feel bad I made fun of that fat lady now. Jesus Christ.
This fucking guy, right?
Anyway, I hope she's okay. Anyway, what was I say? No, but it was a good rumble. It was good, and I don't know. I'm glad you watched it. Did your kid dig it?
He liked the excitement. He had a bunch of banana bread and ran in circles and attacked me a bunch of times.
I can't watch it. We're gonna go to like an independent show down here. And even Nay's gonna go, and everyone's fucking gonna hate it. And they know I'm like, then I'll go by myself because I'd rather go enjoy it. I don't want people to feel like they have to go, and then they get dragged there, and then they're fucking miserable. Like I don't want someone to be miserable because I want to go and have a good time, and I want them to have a good time. If you're not gonna, then do something where you have a good time, And she's like, no, we're family, and the kids have to learn in life, and they can't always do what they want. She's like, what do you think? They're gonna go to a job and get what they want? So she's trying to teach them how they're gonna go to a shit job one day. That you just got to get up and do what you got to do. She's like, let's start bringing up the wrestling.
Just heal me, your father. You can play Roblox on your phone.
Dude, I'll be yelling. I'll be hooting and hollering in that BMW, baby. Oh, man, I'm so excited. Anyway, but I liked it. I thought it was good. I'm glad you watched it. But it was fucking, dude, it's the fucking bee's knees, dude. I fucking love it. Anyway, it's good, and,
Yeah, I don't know, like, I think they give up on some of the names though. There's a lot more wrestlers with just the name, especially in the girls. Where like I used to love like the Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan and fucking Andre the Giant, and it was just there is some of that, but there's just some that are just name. I don't know.
Is it just like Josh?
There was one guy. There was one guy that looks like he was a Nazi. I forgot what his name was, but he had a real Nazi name.
Oh my god!
No, it was Gunther as well, but there was another Nazi guy that was there.
Oh my god!
Very white supremacist, like was walking all like had his like hands behind his back. He was like,
fuck, Kaiser.
Yeah, his name was like Kaiser.
He's just Gunther.
Wow.
I don't know. All I know is the guys and the girls. I just have to say. No offense to you ladies out there, but the guys are much better at this than girls. There was like, and don't be wrong, there was a couple of girls that were really athletic. They were awesome at it. They did really good acting the part, but fighting, there was so many girls that were just so bad at it.
Dude, you know what I like though?
And the bigger the woman, I mean, like the big guys at least, they could move. They were fast. They were like jumping around. But the big girls, they just stood there and did nothing. Just like
Jesus.
They were like, I'm immovable. It's like, no, because you can't move.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, kid! I feel bad. I just listen. No, like I think I like the wrestlers now, like the girl wrestling now. I can get into. Like, don't get me wrong. I like the brown pants because I was a young kid with a heart on, right? But I like it better now that they actually give them stories. They give them character, and you can actually enjoy them as a wrestler, and they're wrestling. Like, I love that because I'm like, oh, I like Bailey because of XYZ, and I like this other girl, and people's stories. And so it's like they kind of are like the men now, where they have stories. They're not just tits and ass. They're actual wrestlers, and I love that because I'm because before I'd be like, I mean, tits and ass are nice. I'm here for wrestling, dude. I don't want my dick hard. Because and anyway, the next segment's going to come on. I'm not going to finish. I'm becoming the Hulk Hogan or something. You know what I mean? I'm like, Jesus, I'm gay for the rest of the day, and I don't want that. You know.
No, I know what you're talking about. Okay, sorry, Slopdog, go.
That's all right. I was gonna ask if there was somebody named like Stinkface or something. Like, I don't know. We used to watch a lot of Ridiculousness, and there was this girl that was on there. She was like a guest, and she was talking about like that she did like Stinkface, or I don't know if her name was Stinkface, or like if it's a move.
Yes, it was a move. There was a guy called Ricky. He had his big ass hanging out, and it would be called the stink face. When you fell down in the corner with your ass sitting down, he'd go over and just rub his ass in your face and call the stink face.
Oh my god, that's horrifying. All right, anyway.
Google it. Google it.
I believe you.
I do agree that they've stepped up women's wrestling. Women's wrestling from what it used to be to now, they actually have a lot of story, and they're getting more interesting with the characters. You can tell it's still not as interesting as the men's wrestling, but it's like better than say the women's basketball league, like the NWA, not NWA.
That's the thing.
That is it. Okay. Like nobody goes and watches it because nobody can dunk a basketball. You know, at least the women
Sports.
the women are actually, you know, it's just I noticed there was more female wrestlers that just, especially in the first couple that went in, they just weren't doing anything. Like they were just like kicking at the air. The girl was like, ugh, ugh.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I love it.
But no, some of them, like there was one that came in and she got right on the turnbuckles and she jumped and did a flip in the air and like landed on like 6 women and knocked them, sprawled them all out. That was very tough. I couldn't do that. That's freaking, you know.
Dude, I'm glad you watched it. I don't know. I don't think you'll get back into it, but I was excited because yesterday was awesome. And, I don't know. Anyway, I'm a big girl for wrestling. But anyway, we'll talk other things.
It wasn't the Lions. It wasn't the Lions versus the Niners or anything, but you know.
Oh Jesus! Don't mention it. Slopdog will get angry. Hey, Slopdog, you okay? You mentioned that sports.
No, fucking sports. No. No, this is what I don't like about sports. I don't like the faces. Like, just the, you know, like if I buy a sports magazine, right? I don't want to see this face of this guy. It looks like he's like taking a shit while he's catching the ball and like stick it on my wall that does nothing. Like, take a picture of like him with the team or like him, like, I don't know, but why does it always have to be like a slow motion picture that like, I don't know. I hate it.
I just picture going to take a shit at Slopdogs and you're sitting there looking for, and there's a Sports Illustrated magazine in there, and you go to flip through it, and every person's like their face is scribbled out with magic marker. There's like little arrows going, no sports face.
I don't know why. It just bothers me.
Stop if that was in your bathroom. Please make that happen.
You're like, son of a bitch.
Oh man! Next time, kid, if you go to Slopdog before me, you got to bring a Sports Illustrated and do that.
I think I might do it.
Just leave it in their bathroom. No sports face.
No way.
But what I like about us is like, no, but that's awesome. That's what makes you. That's what makes this us and who we are. And I love it. Like I don't know how you guys are in the world, but how you are kind of with the sports thing. Like I'll say stuff to straight. Like I always, especially at work, I always find someone's line. Like I know, okay, I can joke with these people kind of a little bit. These people can't joke at all. It has to be straight business with these people because they won't laugh at anything I'm going to say. These people can get kind of dark, but not too dark. And even the people like I thought like I was on a good page with, like I would always say something at work and I'd see their eyes change and I go, that was their line right there. Gotta move it back. Can't talk about raping dogs with them. All right, move it back. All right. So like I would always find someone's line. Like the other day, like I don't realize I can't talk to like normal people how I would just talk to people I know on a regular basis because they don't get what I'm saying. Like I went through the drive-thru and the lady was like gonna give us, I was like Diet Coke and she's like, all right, Diet Coke and a Dr. Pepper, and I was like, oh no, Dr. Pepper, because I hate Dr. Pepper. And I was like, oh, she's like, oh, Diet Coke, and I go, oh, Dr. Pepper's for fucking homos. And, no,
yikes.
I take it back. Withdrawn. Homo's not in a bad way, in a good way. And, not like a gay guy kissing a guy, but like don't be a pussy. Anyway, fuck off. Let me finish my story. See what I'm saying? Like, I can say it to you guys if we weren't on mics too. Like, it'd just be like, all right, he said it. He didn't mean it like that. But now some cunt out there is going to be like, he hates gays. Go fuck yourself. I mean, if I fucking, who knows? You know what I mean? I don't think, if I ever get a divorce, I love my wife, but she'd be the worst ex-wife ever. You know, she even says that. I'd probably go gay. I'm like, I ain't dealing with another woman. Fuck this shit. Anyway, I'm not gay. But if I was, there's nothing wrong with being gay. Fuck it. That's all right. But anyway, so I'm in the drive-thru here. And I'm just fucking doing it. So she's like, a fucking Diet Coke, Dr. Pepper. I was like, oh, no Dr. Pepper. And she's like, oh, no, I meant Coke. And I was like, oh, thank God. I go, if you gave me Dr. Pepper, I cut my throat right here in the drive-thru. Fucking radio silence. When I look at her face is like, what? And then I'm like, what? And then Mae's like, fucking Jesse, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, I'm messing around. I'm joking. I go, I just don't like Dr. Pepper. And she's like, okay.
Oh my God.
I didn't realize I wasn't talking to a friend. I was just like, you don't know who I am. You have no idea how I joke.
She's like,
like,
all
I'll
right,
say that too, like, yeah, like if we're joking or we're doing something, and like I do something really foolish in front of my wife, she'll be like, "Jesus Christ, kill yourself," and she will laugh about it, or something like that. And I can't say like my wife says that because they'll go, "Oh, that's horrible." Like, no, she's joking. Like, we're joking. You fucking no sense of humor, fuck. And but anyway, so like, well, I don't know. Do you guys ever do stuff like that in the world where you say something that people don't get? Like, I'm gonna cut my throat right here in the drive-thru.
I
almost yes-anded it. It was like, and then imagine all the blood. I almost acted it out.
I try to talk to as little peaceful as possible.
When my older kids were little, I go to the grocery store, and I don't know, like, how, like, at Walmart, how, like, there used to be that round thing at the end that they used to bag the groceries in. Do you remember this? The bags were like on a turnabout thing.
Oh, that thing was awesome.
So they try to like do that, and she kept like going around the edge, and I'm like trying to watch them, I'm trying to pay, and the girl's like, oh my gosh, like, oh no, don't go too far, like the cashier's saying to my kid, and I'm like, that's okay, they'll bring her back. Like, but I was just being like, at the look of horror on this woman's face, and I was like, oh my God, and I was like, I'm only kidding. I'm trying to swipe my card as fast as I can before this woman calls somebody on me. I'm like, oh,
information. I just left her card. This is her name. It's in trouble.
I was like, oh, Jesus. I was completely kidding. And I'm like, oh, no, went too far. Like, same idea. Went too far. I was like,
yeah.
Bye.
Dude, like, I will always, like, I don't know if I take it as a compliment or an insult, but I remember there was a couple people in my life, they would also joke around. And then as we would joke, we just get dirtier and dirtier. It gets crazier and crazier. And multiple people in my life have told me, you know what, dude? Like, I joke around. He's like, but I never talk this dark unless I'm talking to you. And he's like, I don't get it. I'm like, well, I think I bring out the best in you. And
that's funny.
This one guy's like, because I think like if you're already in the conversation, right? You gotta, like, I just, like, anything's up for grabs when you're talking. It's all in fun and joking around, and that's how I feel. That's how I feel a conversation should be. But anyway, not everybody in the world feels that way. Just so you know. And on a side note, bringing it back around, Bone, I think you want to fuck your dog.
He's because I treat my dog nice, so I must want to put my fucking dick in its pussy.
No, let me explain what you do with your dog. When I was there, I remember you cook your dog eggs almost every day, or something.
No, not every day. She likes scrambled eggs. So
she's got a bowl in the fridge. That's hers, her bowl. And then I see eggs on the counter. They're burnt. You gotta throw them away. And I'm like, what are you doing with that? Why are you throwing that away? He's like, oh, baby angel, or whatever you call her. Baby angel can't have. She don't like the burnt eggs. Do your baby angel or whatever.
I call her BB.
Oh, well, baby, same thing. You're like, oh, BB doesn't like the burnt eggs. Do you, baby? And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? And I'm like, give her the burnt eggs. I go, my fucking dogs, they only get the burnt eggs. Like I'm not making eggs for my dog. And if I fuck up eggs, I'm like, well, give me the dog, I guess. They'll eat them. And I'm like, my dogs will just eat anything.
when we feed the dog, we just want to give her straight kibble. She's got a sensitive stomach.
Oh my
So
God.
we do some, like, sometimes we do some boiled chicken, or we do some
Oh my
we
God.
do ground turkey or ground chicken or
Right.
scrambled eggs.
I'm like, the way you're talking and stuff, I'm like, she's a fucking dog. I'm like, I'm not saying kick her around the house by the cunt or something. I'm saying just, give her some wet food or whatever. But BB doesn't eat fucking burnt eggs. Go fuck yourself. That's all BB should be eating is burnt eggs. Fuck you, bitch. And, love your dog, but come on now. I fucking feel like you're talking sweet to her and the bitch gets up off the floor where she's sitting. There's going to be a wet mark where her pussy stuck to the floor. And I'm going to fucking slip on it when I go through my socks in the middle of the night, get a soda or something. Slip on fucking BB's pussy juices because you're riling her up. Like, come on, what's happening here? You fucking this dog or not? Right now, let's answer the question. What's happening?
The eggs were really burnt. Okay, because I had put cheese in them for her because she likes cheese. And
Yeah.
I forgot they were there, so they were really burnt. But
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
You're talking about how this dog, you think you're her least favorite person in the house? I think you're her favorite because you're fucking her. You know what I mean? No, you love your dog. Yeah, I'm just fucking around, but I just thought it was funny. I was like, I couldn't get over it. How you were with the dog and how you cook her food and everything. And I'm just like, this is unbelievable to me. Like, I drink my dogs and stuff, but
you're just jealous he wasn't making you some eggs.
yeah, we did throw you the burnt ones.
It's not my fault. No matter how much peanut butter you put in your dick, your dog won't lick it off.
Oh yeah, he's got the jar right there. That's right.
Right next to the toilet. Oh, I'm gonna go in with my dog and take a shit. Nobody come in for a little while.
There's nothing to see in here.
These are howls of joy. Don't you worry about it. Put a muzzle on the dog. Don't you fucking rat me out. Don't you rat me out.
Oh man, when you were dad, there was one night.
Asshole like fucking Susie Q. What?
There was one night that I had a couple drinks. I think we smoked a little bit, and I had a little bit of cheesecake, and I just started throwing up, and then threw up for like
my God.
hours and hours and hours and like it was so bad. I was like, no, so loud, and Jill. My wife just shut the door to the bed. She went in the bedroom, shut the door, turned the fan off.
Die, motherfucker. Dude, your puking is hilarious. Like, I felt bad you were puking, but the way you puke is hilarious. Like, just the noises you make, it's just like, whoo! Whoo! Like, it's so loud. It's so, like, over the top. I know you're not doing it over the top on purpose.
It feels like I'm dying.
It sounds like you are dying, and it's hilarious. And
when I throw up, my whole body, it just feels like it's like this. I don't know. It just feels like I'm dying, and it just projects. Like I bet if I just like stood up and threw up, I could get some distance because it is just my body ridiculously projectile vomits.
Oh.
It's so loud. And speaking of this weekend, we see me and my son, and my stomach started really hurting. I didn't know what was wrong. I had some diarrhea, and then and then I threw up a little bit before bed. So I'm trying to lay down and go to bed with him. He was sleeping next to me. Mom wasn't home, and he's just like, and I just got up. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta throw up. So I went to the bathroom in our bedroom, and I'm just like, start throwing up. And he gets up and he's crying and he's just like, Dad, are you okay? And in between, I'm going, oh! And I'm just like, I'm okay, buddy. I just don't feel. Oh!
The devil's coming out of
here. That could be like your wrestler thing. Like you could be like the heaver and be like, oh!
Cover the fucker.
Oh,
yeah, it's
awesome.
horrendous. Yeah, and I remember you like talking to your wife. You're like, just shut the door. But she's like, I couldn't take it. And you're like, I'm fucking dying in here. It was so funny because it is so loud and so funny. It's like our other friend. We're supposed to go to see Wolfpack and the Bloodhound Gang, and we were traveling to PA to do it. But the night before, he drank bad beer or something. So we're in New York on a bridge, and he's got to pull over. And then because we're so close to traffic, he can't get out the door because traffic's so heavy and people are zinging by. So he's so happy about this new windbreaker, this Adidas windbreaker boy he got. And then he just stops and he looks at me and he can't get out. And his eyes are filling with tears. And he's just like, and he just looks at me and he just goes, and then like he just keeps throwing up down this beautiful windbreaker that he was so excited that he had. He's filling up cup holders, where the cup holders go, full of like red vomit. I don't know if it's blood or if it's from the Gatorade he tried to drink in the morning because he thought it would settle his stomach. And he's just like, I was throwing up last night, dude. And he's like, I'm feeling okay, but I'm gonna get this Gatorade. And then that Gatorade, I think, turned against him because I don't know. I don't think it was blood. I think it was the Gatorade, but who knows? But like, I couldn't. I felt bad, but it made me laugh so hard because all I could do was look at me with tear-filled eyes. It just be like, they made a horrible noise like that. And oh my god, every time I tell a story makes me giggle. And he's okay now. And he's got a family and stuff. He's fine. And but like he was just like, and then he finally like is done. He's full of puke. Finally get out of the car. And he gets out of the car. And he's so angry. On the bridge, he just takes off his windbreaker. He's like, well, this is garbage. Yeah! And throws it to the ground and walks to his trunk to try and find gloves or napkins, whatever he can do to sop up the puke that's filled up the cup holder things and shit. And I was like, oh my god. We ended up going home, not watching the show. And I felt bad. And I drove home for the rest of the time because we were just like, I was like, all right, I'll drive home. And he just kind of slept and shiver shaked on our way home. He was dying.
Well, he was lactose intolerant too. So he was at a party at my house one time, and I didn't realize he was drinking White Russians one after another. And then there was this somebody was making a drink called a Red Hooter. I don't even know what was in it, but it was super bright red. So he got about a couple hours in, he's trashed, and he just starts vomiting. Like projectile vomit. I lived on the third floor, like off of the third floor. There was like all this pile of vomit in the
driveway. He tried to skateboard off your roof.
He did. He tried to skateboard down my roof. The third floor. And I was just like, gotta take that skateboard. Like, no, you can't do this, man.
Oh my god.
Well,
it's good that he's okay now and he has a family and stuff. So.
Yeah,
I guess it has a happy ending.
I was good. He's good. I was so yeah, he's fine. Don't worry about him. And but no. I mean,
I remember like years later, he got like he started dating the girl, and he got like he was crazy. He was just like Chris Farley. He just like did the craziest shit all the time. And I remember he got
too hot and cold.
He was so hot and cold. Oh my god, he just rocking and punch you in the face for no reason.
And, oh my god.
But it was great to hang out with him. Like I remember driving down the street, me, him, and our other friend, and all of a sudden he goes, "I'm gonna kill you guys! I'm gonna kill you!" And it's like, what? So like he tries to take out his baseball bat he had in his car. He's like, "You're both dead!" And then we jumped out of the car and he chased us around town for like 2 hours with his baseball bat. And then he got in his car and tried to run us down.
Oh my god.
And and that was a regular day with him.
Then when he got older, right? He acted right around this girl, but then he started hanging out with you again, right? When he was older.
Yeah, and then he wasn't allowed to come out and hang out with us because she said he was acting like the old. Let's call him Rick, the old Rick. And so he wasn't allowed to come out anymore. I remember one time. Oh my god, he was naked all the time. And he had the biggest nuts I've ever seen on a human being. And I remember one time me and my friend pulled up to the front of his house, and he runs out stark ass naked and starts running around his yard just with a handful of nuts shaking him. and then this old couple drives by and they're really slow, and you see their eyes get really big. They're almost at a dead stop, and he's just like, "What are you looking at?" And he grabs his nuts and starts shaking them and chasing the car. And they just speed up.
dude, like I remember he said he bagged some like girl who couldn't really speak English, but she started working at the plant he was working at, and it was like a Spanish lady. She couldn't really speak English well, and he's like, I don't know. He's like, but I fucked her at work in the car, and she see my dick. She said, "Odios míos." I was like, all right. And he's like, yeah, it means I got a big hog. And I was like, oh, you got no dick? I don't know. What are you?
I just remember a big set of nuts all the time. That kid just was naked all the time.
Nuts flying all over the place.
Hag, man.
Remember, he wanted to go to him and my other friend showed up, wanted to go to the record store, and I was like, yeah, give me 5 minutes. I'm going to go take a shower. I went in and took a shower, and I came out, and my one friend is like just sitting on the floor looking at the wall, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look over at this guy, and he's in my bed, stark ass naked, with his dirty, his shit-stained underwear on top of my lamp, and he's under my sheets just humping away at my bed as hard as he could. And I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? He's like, oh, sorry, Bone. And gets up and just gets dressed.
I hope you washed your sheets.
I don't think I did.
You like that, you dirty bird.
Oh no, likes the dirty sheets.
All these dirty nut sheets.
Oh.
I think you like that hoodie now. I think you like that shit hoodie. You love it.
It reminded me of the good old days.
Yeah, you're like, oh man. You're fucking not taking your kids' dirty drawers and rubbing them on your shirt.
Memories.
Bellissimo.
Yeah, singing memories. Your wife's like, what are you doing? You're like, memories. Got her pictures of the weird shit across your nose. On your eyes, you can go into a football game. Got her pictures all the time. Like, I'm going through a midlife crisis. Leave me alone. Shit all over.
Speaking of football games, have you guys seen all those AI-generated pictures of Taylor Swift?
No.
Like, people are doing, like, because AI can do so much crazy things now, and there's, like, all these AI-generated pictures of Taylor Swift, like, as a Chiefs fan, and she was, like, naked, like, with blood all over her ass, and just says, fuck you. And, like, it's, like, the whole team, like, she's naked and bending over, and, like, the whole team is, like, grabbing her tits and ass and stuff, and she's naked. The Chiefs. Like, somebody AI generate her and her like promotion team are just pissed about it, and they're just as fast as they're going up, peeps, they're getting them taken down.
Jesus, what the? Wow,
that's sad. Like, even you're not a huge fan. Come on, man, that's up over the line. Oh my God bless her, dude. I gotta tell you, I will listen to some Taylor Swift sometimes. Like, some of those songs are fucking real toe tappers, man, and I enjoy them. And I'm like, just like rocking out. Like, the other day, I searched. I think I sent you guys this. I was listening to the Venga Boys. The Venga Boy, boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. You know that song?
Yep.
Yeah, it's real straight man up. And,
is that your guilty? Is that your guilty pleasure songs?
I'm fucking not guilty at all. And so I go, and one of the first comments is, and I've seen this on other videos that, of course, that I've watched too. Someone wrote, not just to me, but to whoever's there listening, and it made me laugh so hard. I'm like, this person's making fun of me. I love it. And it's just like, and it was like, this didn't come up in your recommended. You search this out. I thought I was listening to Boom 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 in my room by the fucking Venga Boys. And I'm like, dude, like, I listen to stuff like that all the time. Like if I had my window down, a gay guy, the gayest guy you ever met would go, that shit's gay. Like, that's so gay. Fuck out of here, you queer. Get out of here. And I'm like, sorry, sir. And like, boom, boom, boom away down the road. And then you gotta listen to good tunes. You need some toe tappers, you know. But anyway, it's too bad about Taylor Swift. And
Yep, I know you because you're not around here anymore. You're too good for New England now. You gotta. We don't have enough tents for you, New England. But there's
New
this
England's
billboard.
fucking like it's snooty as fuck.
So there's this billboard, and I understand what they're trying to do. It's a pro-life billboard.
Oh no!
But it's this guy holding this baby. It's a baby girl. You can tell it's got the bonnet or something, and it looks like he's like holding it close, but it looks like he's sniffing the baby, and it says "Real men love babies."
Is he fucking the baby?
Have you seen that, Slopdog?
No, I have not. I gotta look for it now.
There's one near the Plainfield High School.
Okay.
And there's one down past my house.
Okay.
If you're going up towards Jewett City.
Okay.
But I've seen a couple of them. Yeah, it's this guy. It's this guy, and he's holding this baby really close, and it looks like he's sniffing it. And it says, "Real men love babies." And I'm just like, I understand what you're trying to do, but that is not sending the message you think it is.
No, that's really fucking weird. It's creepy.
You know what someone should do? The pro-choice people should put a banner across the thing of a guy holding a coat hanger and goes, "Smart men, get rid of it."
Yikes.
Oh my god.
That's the best. Yeah. Oh, hook and throw into the garbage can. We're done here. And now you can live a free life. And
Jesus Christ.
Just a little scrape to your gape, that's all. And
This fucking guy, right?
Yikes.
I mean, but it's not gonna be that crazy. Like, dude, I say, whatever. It is what it is, man. I'm not a woman. What happened? If you get raped or something, dude, you're gonna want to keep that baby. That's not. I don't know. Your choice, dude.
I think yes. I'm a woman and I have kids, but I think it should be your choice. 110%. Like you're the one. You're the one who's gonna take care of that kid. It's your choice. You don't want to.
Yeah, I think I've always been pro-choice, and I still am. But I think as I get older and I get kids, it just disgusts me that some people use it like a punch card for Subway. Like
they should.
Like the sixth abortion is free if you get 5 abortions, get 1 free.
It shouldn't be used as like a form of birth control.
100%.
Like it shouldn't just, like that shouldn't be like a thing for people. But like, but like you were saying, sometimes somebody gets raped. Sometimes, there's all sorts of things that can happen, right?
Sometimes you're 12 years old and you get pregnant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
there are situations,
There are, and you know what? It's nobody's damn business. That's how I feel about it. Like, like 110%. I'm not here to judge somebody else. You don't want 12 kids. Don't have 12 kids. Like, I totally support that. Like, or if you want 12 kids, good for you. But whatever.
It's people's choice. But again, it just disgusts me when people use it as like a fucking Subway punch card.
Yeah.
Some of these people that are just like wearing shirts saying "I've had 13 abortions." I'm like, you're a fucking monster. You're a fucking monster.
That's crazy. Like, no.
Yeah.
But like it should be like gross. That is gross. Like it should just like I don't know.
Mom, stop wearing that shirt.
Just pull that dick out before it comes. Jesus.
but on the flip side of it, like for like women to have their tubes tied, it's like really tough. Like if they're up below the age of like 30, let's say they say, "Hey, I never want to have kids. I've always known I don't want to have kids." A lot of surgeons won't do the surgery. Because they're like, well, what if you change your mind?
Because people
what if your future husband? We need the permission of your husband. Yeah. That makes no sense. If a guy wants to go get clipped, they don't say, "Oh, well, we need the permission of your wife."
I don't agree. I don't agree with having to need your significant other. Like it's your body.
I do not either.
But at the same time, I think there's a permanent thing when you're in your 20s to say you never want kids. Most people change their mind. 90% of people would change their mind by the time they're like in their 30s.
Right after a certain point,
I'm just saying, wear a condom. Pull the fuck out. Why get a surgery? You know what I mean?
Well-
So you can get cream pied all the time. Come on, what the fuck?
Did you get a vasectomy, Bone?
I had a bunch of I've had girlfriend, like anytime you have a girlfriend, okay, and you might wear condoms in the beginning or something, but eventually you stop wearing condoms. But you're not just cream pieing them all the time. You're pulling out. You're shooting it on their fucking ass. You know, you're doing something. But like, why don't people pull out? I don't understand this. You know what I mean? I understand it's not 100%, but it is very close to 100%. When you're actually ejaculating on someone's tits, that's not going in their vagina. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
You ever have them smear it back in their pussy and you get scared? You're like, what are you doing? I put it in their tits.
Do you ever have anybody like say weird shit to you? I had a girlfriend who used to say the weirdest shit during sex. I remember the first time I like pulled out and came on her. She just looks at me and goes, "Now I know what a donut feels like." And I'm like, "What?"
Oh.
Jesus.
And she just looks at me and smiles and goes, "Glazed."
Oh.
Did you just tell her? Did you just look at me like, you're stupid?
I wanted to. Same girl one time. We're having sex, and she's like, "Are you good at golf?" Like in the middle, like just straight question like that, like in the middle of sex. And I'm like, "What?"
What?
And she's like, "Are you good at golf?" I'm like, I don't know. Why? She's like, "Because you can always find the hole."
Sounds like a horrible comedian. Like, are you trying to be a comedian? Are you trying to lie to us? Like, fuck you? Makes me feel like I'm not doing anything good here. You're coming up with thoughts in your head. I didn't get self-conscious because I'd be like, I clearly ain't working this puss enough because she's coming with bits or something. Like, I don't. Fucking horrible.
I feel like fucking Amy Schumer, just bad fucking jokes one after another.
Dude, I fucking listen. I remember I got my vasectomy done, like, and I've heard other stories that are similar. Like the doctor, like my doctor's listening to like 50s music. He comes in, he's like dancing, and he's like, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then he's trying to talk shop with me as he's burning and cutting shit down there, and it feels like, you ever pull like leather shoestrings out of a shoe? It felt like he was doing that to my dick, like pulling leather shoestrings out. But you couldn't feel anything because you got like a shot in them. You got like a shot, so you can't feel anything. That shot hurts like a motherfucker. But then after that, you feel nothing. And he kind of does 2 holes, and like they cut them, they tie them, and they burn them or something like that. And then like you can smell that. And but he's like dancing, talking shop to me, and then why don't I just come on my fucking wife forever because I'm not a monster. And listen, so no, but I was like, I don't want any more kids. 2 and 3, we're pretty good here, and yeah, it's crazy.
You could be on the bottom and just shoot into your own face.
I don't know. And, I got fixed, and
just biting at the air.
Can't go in there. And when I was younger, I would go into the Planned Parenthood. I would always, like, because I was cheap as well, so I just get like a bag full of condoms. And I left, and I was embarrassed that I was a cheap fuck, so I just be like, my sister's a whore, and I would just like leave. And my sister wasn't even old enough to fuck then, you know what I mean? She was a kid. I like blamed it on like because I didn't want to look like a cheap bastard. And then I got nervous after using them because I'm like, oh my god, wouldn't it be the best plan for Planned Parenthood to poke holes in them to get their business up? Just poke holes in the fucking condoms. I'm like, they're gonna want these abortions coming in. They're gonna want these people coming in for their babies. So they're just poking holes in all these condoms. So I stopped using those just because I thought they had holes in them. And yeah.
That's probably good enough.
You go way above and beyond.
I'm like, I ain't getting stuck with this bitch.
Oh my god.
Not hooking me, whore.
Yeah. I told you this weekend, it was just me and my son, and he doesn't like to be alone, so I had to take a shit. So I left the door open, and he's in the living room. I'm like, buddy, I'm gonna go to use the bathroom. You okay? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And all of a sudden, I'm like just scrolling on my phone, sitting on the toilet, and I hear click, 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 click. And I look up, and he's got his iPad, and he's laughing, and he's just taking picture after picture, machine gun picture of me on the toilet, and he's laughing. And I forgot that my wife So my wife shares an account with his iPad. So so I'm talking to her a little while later, and she's just like, "By the way, nice pictures of you on the toilet." And it showed up on her pictures on her phone.
Who else is on that phone?
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Is there anybody else? Like, were you been mid-wipe or something too, or just is your dick dangling?
No, it was all tucked in, and I was just,
We were recently. I don't know. It was at the hotel.
If anything, it looked like I had no dick.
Oh my god, guys!
Like in Pop Star, in Pop Star when like he's naked on stage by accident, and he's got his dick tucked in. He's just like, Connor for real has no dick. That's what I felt like. Because it was, my dick was in the toilet. I was leaning forward, scrolling on my phone.
Well, hopefully, like nobody, like if she saw him at work or wherever she was, like if somebody else like saw her looking at her phone and they're like, "Oh my god, he's got no dick," and now you have to like take a picture of like.
Yeah, I'm just sending people my dick.
No,
right here. Look at it.
I took Bass with Bone as a kid. He's got a nice dick, at least that. I remember, like, I remember Bone in your house. I was like, "Kid, can I eat something out of your fridge?" You're like, "I got a rule in my house. You see my dick, you can eat whatever you want in my fridge." Like, all right. How about that? I eat whatever I want. I said that too when I was getting off the plane to go to Bone's house. See again, say shit, like we're on the plane. And side note, my kid, when we were at somewhere recently, he took my phone. I heard snap, snap, snap. And he's taking pictures of me like I'm going into the shower. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And then and my wife's like, "What?" And it was luckily on my phone, but still. And he's like, "Oh, I was just taking pictures of Dad." I was like, "I'm getting in the shower. You're fucking deviant. Get out of here." And I love him, but he's just trying to be funny. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so we get off the plane. And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, my girlfriend's picking me up or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And everything was going okay up until I go, "Oh, my brother's picking me up." And I go, "Same thing. They both have seen us naked." And he was like, "What?" He didn't want to hear any more of what I had to say. And I didn't realize I got like a poncho on. My hair's crazy. No one wanted to talk to me. I didn't actually just talk to people because if I'm in line, I'll talk to people. But I didn't realize, I guess, how I looked at it. They're judgy. Then go fuck yourself, right? People are moving their kids away from me.
Because you look like a drug mule.
And then, like, I'm like trying to talk to them about stuff. And they're like, "Ha ha ha, yeah, yeah." And then they will turn away from me and start talking to someone else. Just make conversation with other strangers just to not talk to me. And I'm like, "What the fuck, man?" Like, but even though, like, my hair was crazy and I was wearing poncho and flippers and socks and stuff, it doesn't matter. I mean, you still should be nice, right? Talk to someone. No?
Well,
like I said, you look like a drug mule. So they're just like, "I'm not getting caught up in this guy's fucking business. He's gonna be arrested when he gets off the plane. He's got about 5 kilos of cocaine in his ass."
Dude, when we went to, you had to line up the airport we're going to. You had to line up and 2 at a time, and then let a dog sniff you as you walk down to get out of the airplane line and get into like the actual, you're getting onto the plane. But I look at the guy standing next to me. I go, "Dude, it looks like I'm gonna flag it, but I promise you, it's gonna be legit." And he's like, "Okay." And he's like a foreign, like Arabian guy. And I'm like, and I go, "We're the fucking duo. They definitely put us together. Like drug mule and fucking plane bomber are fucking going in this line. We're catching one of these two. We both got through.
Wow.
So
they were feeling generous.
Look at that. Yeah.
Maybe
like, I guess
they looked at their quota of assholes.
Well, no, because like
I'm not going in this guy's ass. Yeah. You hear what this guy's nickname was?
Shitty. Shitty's wife. And that's a big clip. Or Shitty's wife. And whatever.
Or your wife saying,
learning...
"I'm Shitty's wife."
When we were, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I told it to my husband that oh man, I'm Shitty's wife, and he thought it was pretty funny. He was like, oh.
That poor broad's worse off than he is. And when we lived together, me and Shitty's wife, and when we were living, we had a dog and a cat, and I remember because you're talking about animals, our dog would grab our. It was a boy cat and a boy dog. The boy dog would grab the boy cat by the dick and balls, like bite where his dick and balls were, and then drag him around the kitchen, and the cat would be like, "Ah," right, like as he dragged him across the kitchen. And we told my mother-in-law that, and she's like, "What are they seeing that they're doing that?" And we're like, "What? What are they seeing?" I'm like, "What do you think?" My wife just grabs me by the dick and balls and just yanks me around the kitchen. My arms are swaying. I'm just on the floor. She drags me by the dick and balls around the house. What the fuck do you think they're seeing? Like,
oh my god!
what are they seeing? Jesus Christ! I don't know. They're maniacs.
What are they seeing? Yeah, what are they seeing? Like, I can't believe that was their reaction. My reaction was just like, oh, gee, it's weird freaking animals. Not, what are you guys doing?
What are you doing around those animals?
It's obviously you. You're disgusting.
Well, your dog wouldn't do that if you gave her scrambled eggs.
And not the burnt ones.
And figured her pussy. Do you hold her like a fucking bowling ball, your dog?
Oh my god.
I love my dog.
I know. And that's why I get sick. You're eating that. And, I don't really think you're fucking the dog. Or do I? Got a clip of you going, I don't fuck my dog.
Oh, do you remember when
There's
you were
different
down?
ways to pet. There's different ways to pet.
So is your pet under or over?
Inside, outside, whatever. She
My
sits on
hands
the
are
ground a lot,
cold.
just making sure that it's like fucking Star Wars where he cuts open the animal to keep his hands warm. You just put him in your dog's puss on a cold day.
He cuts
like,
open
she
a
sits on the
tauntaun.
ground. She sits on the ground a lot. I'm making sure there's no rocks in there. I'm just digging around, checking for rocks. You know, how would you like to have rocks in your pussy? Right? Yeah, exactly. You know, you
know what's really cool? I saw a really expensive sleeping bag that was in the shape of a tauntaun, so you could like get in it.
Oh, that is kind of cool.
Yeah, like just being like Luke Skywalker. You know, being like Han Solo and Luke Skywalker inside the. Yeah, I thought it'd be pretty cool. It's a lot drier, but you know, that's a sleeping bag. It's not a dead animal or anything. But.
It's not all full of juice and stuff.
Yeah, like warm apple pie. They gotta have more movies about sex like that, dude. Like it's just they gotta.
I watched.
I
watched Kindergarten Cop, and Kindergarten Cop was really good. I just
what are you talking
it.
about?
I haven't seen
more sex movies. You're like, wait. I go, well, they should have more movies like that with sex and be like, yeah, man, I was watching Kindergarten Cop. What? You fucking bopping the Bishop, the Sleepers? What's happening here? And
no, I don't know. My mind was just going to old movies, and I just watched like Kindergarten Cop, and again for the millionth time, but I haven't seen it in years, and it held up. It was really good. It's a funny film. Enjoyed it. I also watched Twins, and it wasn't quite as good.
Yeah,
dude, I went to the Kindergarten Cop school.
I know.
It's right down the road from the Goonies house.
That's awesome.
And I messaged you when I was watching Kindergarten Cop because when they're at the fair at the end, they're on like the shoreline, and in the background you can see the rocks from the Goonies.
Ooh,
yes,
from the end scene with the ship with One-Eyed Willie.
Nice, but you know, there is a plot hole in that movie. I watched it recently, and I was like, "Oh, that's a big one they missed." You know the part where the principal is showing the bad guy, like the school, because he's like, "Oh, my family's thinking of, coming here. My kid's thinking of coming here."
Yep.
And she showed him around. I realize that technology isn't what it was then, but they could have at least showed her a picture of what this guy looked like. Don't you think they would have showed the principal?
If you see this guy, please let us know.
Right? Yeah, they're like,
that's a good point.
Right?
A good point. Yeah.
Like, I haven't watched it in a long time, and I recently watched it now. That's all I can think of. I'm like, wow, that's a huge blow. Like, why wouldn't they have shown him his picture? Like, I don't get that.
Dude, what a fucked up mom she is, too. I watched it recently, and she's buying all this stuff at the CVS, and he's like, the boy isn't sick, mother. And she's like, you are fine. She buys a rectal thermometer.
Yes.
Fucking rectal thermometer is what this bitch buys.
She was over
no
the
wonder
top.
the kid grew up to be a fucking murderer. Shit was in his ass his whole life. She's playing around his fucking asshole like he's fucking Bones dog or something. And bringing it around. And no, but like that movie is good. I remember like I fucking was there, and then I fucking found out which door he comes out of when he punches the dad who beats his kid. And I was like, fuck yeah, this is where he punches. And I was looking, and I was like, I had them on my phone. I'm like looking at my phone, looking at the scenery. I'm like, well, he can't go here. This doesn't match up. And I finally found the angle. I was so excited with myself. And I remember sending you guys the picture. And I was like, this is where he punches that guy.
I just picture somebody on Twitter, some like tween was looking out her window and seeing this fucking guy in a poncho throwing his hands in the air, fake punching at the edge of the street.
This is where he punches him. Well, I had Hatter with me because I'm like, it's a kid's school, so maybe if I got a kid with me, it'd look okay. I don't know. And Hatter's throwing gang signs up in front of the school.
The TikTok was like, the drug problem here in Oregon is really an issue.
There was a guy sleeping like next door. Hatter's like, oh, there's a guy sleeping in that yard over there. And I go, holy fuck, there is a guy sleeping in that part of the yard. Come on. And then, so we left him. I hope he's doing okay. And, but yeah, we went and we checked out the, it does suck, man. Like I don't know, it just makes me sad. But yeah, it's they were filmed in the same place, so it's just like I was so excited to see all that stuff. Sadly, you know what I mean, like a sad old man, and I'm there, and people taking how you can see Data's house next to the Goonie house, and I'm like, fuck it, the kids don't even like the Goonies, and I'm just like a grown man just skipping through everywhere, like I got tulips in my hair, and I'm just like, this is the best. We go to the jail, which is now like a little museum, and you can walk through. They got stuff from the movies, and then you can just walk. Oh, dude, fucking
That's
great!
So awesome. I would have loved it too.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, I don't know if on my birthday I took my day off. Of course I did. I might go to LA and I might take like pictures of the grandma's boy house and stuff like that. But I'm excited. It's like 4-hour drive from here. And I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze to drive.
What else? You live in Town. What else are you doing?
I don't know. I just might want to be lazy and do nothing.
You might want to be intense. Ha
Yeah.
What a bumping.
What a bumping, you fucking loser. Put on your flippers and your poncho and kill yourself.
We were watching SVU earlier, and there's this girl in the park, like she's passed out. Yes, she was passed out, and this guy found her, and I'm just like, oh, it's gonna cut to the cops, and all of a sudden it cuts to another guy walking the other way with his dog, and then he looks over and goes, "What are you doing?" And the other guy's like on top of this woman, like fucking going to town, and he runs and tackles the guy, and then the cops come and stuff. And the guy's just like, they're like, so what? Did you knock this woman out before you raped her? And he's like, no, I just found her there, man. I thought she was dead.
So I thought, it's a freebie. If she's dead, I'll just.
He's like, I don't rape people, man. I just thought she was dead.
Oh my god!
But it turns out he wasn't even raping her. He got aroused by women wearing like fur clothes and stuff, so he was actually had his dick in her jacket and he was rubbing it out on her jacket. And somebody else had raped her previously.
What a tangled web we're weaving here.
Writers were on point that week.
Jesus, you never want to be on Dateline. That's the whole
Tonight on Dateline.
Ice Cube has some line. He's just like, "That's why I don't wear fur." Oh, Ice Cube.
I like your impression. That was amazing. I want you to do it again.
Horrible impersonations. I can't do shit. But he always does something weird like that, something stupid. Like
either that or like the next episode, he's wearing like a full fur outfit, like trying to get something.
Just trying to rub one on me, partner. I don't know why he would say partner. He's not a cowboy.
Yeah.
Mine was way worse.
That's why I don't wear fur.
There's also like a guy who's like the SVU, like the red-haired guy with the glasses. He's always like, it always started the episode like the car was like full of water and fish would come out and the dead body would come and he'd always be like, something's fishy, and then go start the theme song like always something corny as fuck when he said.
Yes, or he put his sunglasses on, or he take them off real quick, like
as he put them on, something's fishy around here. I won't be fooled again, or whatever the fuck song he's playing.
The best.
The best around. Gonna keep me down. Oh man.
Does anybody ever get the razor?
Oh,
I know I got one.
Is it?
Earlier when we were trying to, I was just gonna say what time we were gonna do the podcast.
No, I'm over that. I was angry at the time, but I'm over it. Even though you guys ruined my whole timeline for fucking today. I was gonna go podcast, and then I was gonna make dinner, and by the time I was finishing up dinner, the Lions-Niners game was gonna start, and I was gonna eat while watching the game, and I was gonna watch the game, and now the game is playing.
Well, we'll wrap it up so you can finish the game.
That wasn't my Get the Razor, though. My Get the Razor was, I absolutely fucking hate when people play music on their phone in public. Like at fucking Walmart, I was like bagging out, and the guy next to me was bagging out, and he's blasting music on his phone in his pocket. I fucking hate it so much. Like, I don't give a shit. Put some headphones in, man. Why? Nobody gives a shit what you're listening to. Nobody fucking gives a shit. Doesn't make you look cool. It makes you look like a fucking annoying idiot, and I hate it so much.
Get the razor.
I can understand when you're driving and you put your windows open and you're playing music somewhat loud, especially when it just starts getting warm out and stuff. You know, you just cruising and
you're in your own car.
You're in your zone. But when you're in like a supermarket or you're fucking in a convenience store and you're fucking just blasting music on your phone, you just want people to hear what you're listening to because you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, just because you're just
I don't
being
like
a
it when
douchebag.
people have a conversation on speakerphone in the store. I hate it.
No, I hate that too.
Yes. I think it's super fucking rude. Like, or like, I didn't.
Well, maybe it's not warts, Mom. Maybe it was just baby Ruths.
On that note, we're gonna say good night to everybody. So don't get to his game. Sorry, sports. We went to sports, Slopdog. And don't punch your husband or anything.
That's why I don't wear fur. All right.
I'll try to think of some other Ice Cube lines for you. And guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good luck to this week. It's gonna be a fucking week, you know. And God bless. Whatever. And all right. Well, good night, everybody. We'll talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
And, bye.
So saith the shepherd. So saith the flock.
motherfucker.
What are you, some kind of dog dick?